Hello, everyone. It is Monday. How are you this evening? Tell me about your Monday. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for today? Tell me about your day and what is happening in your world on this Monday, the 3rd of May, the first Monday of May, even. The first Monday, we're kicking May off. Kicking. Getting a high step there. We're kicking May off here. And it is a good week. A good week to have a good week. Tell me about your Monday. That's what I want to know. It has been an interesting Monday. It is Monday, after all, but I want to know how your day is and what you are feeling grateful for on this Monday evening, the 3rd of May, the kickoff of week 59 and 60. That is what we are doing here. We are kicking it off. We are going into high gear here. And I'm kicking into high gear right there with you. I am right there by your side as we get into May here. Marvelous May. I thought April showers were going to yield May flowers, but it is raining outside tonight for some reason. I do not know why. I did not order the rain. So I don't know why we're getting it. Kitty didn't tell me I had rain coming, so I don't know what's up with that. Hopefully it is just a pass-through. This Monday night. But it is good to have you all here on Monday night as we kick off this week. It's been an interesting day. I had a bunch of stuff going on today. I was at the stores early, and then I have errands to run and stuff, and been out and about. So it is good to have you here. Getting my second wind going tonight is what I am doing, because it is a good week to have a good week. It is a good week to have a good week. Under tornado warnings, I hope you're not sending that my way, Kitty. I do not need tornado warnings, but I just stay safe. I don't need you in tornado alley either. So just stay safe. Interior rooms or whatever, right? That's what you're supposed to do in a tornado? And lay in the bathtub, I guess. That's my limited knowledge of tornadoes. They're not a big thing here in New England, but they do happen. We've had some really damaging ones here in New England before. So they do happen, just much less frequently than they do in the heartland of the country. But it is great to have you all here tonight. I hope you are having a less stressful evening than tornado warnings. I don't like that. The fury of Mother Nature is serious, but I'm glad you still have internet. I am glad you still have internet. Do I have glasses? That's the real question. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. That's where we get going. Tonight, if you're following along in the book, we're on page 104. Good morning. Woke up grateful for the air in my lungs, the sleep in my eyes, the ache in my bones. I could do without the ache in the bones. The chance to say hello again. Good morning. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Dazzle, it's treat time. Welcome, Adele and Dazzle. Hope all is well with you guys. Let's get started tonight. Let's get started. See what we got going on here tonight. To be authentic is to be at peace with our imperfections. To be out from Simon, our quote from Simon tonight. To be authentic is to be at peace with our imperfection. Isn't that the truth? Okay, and worry about the things you control. Worry about the things you control. Your mindset for the day. I had my regular coaching visit with my business coach today. And, your mindset and your control over the mindset, I'm going to talk about that a lot this week because it is a powerful topic. But it really sets the day. And worrying about what you can control and not getting overly upset about or wigged out about the things you can't. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? I killed some time at a Panera today. I was sitting outside at a Panera, and a person clipped the mirror off my car. Clipped the mirror off my car. I did not see them, even though I was sitting just a stone's throw from it until I got back in my car and my mirror was like hanging off of it. And I could have chosen that time to ruin the rest of my day, or just have it be a speed bump in my day. And that mindset of just, there's nothing I can do about it. It already happened. That person was gone. They decided that it was unimportant to deal with. It is funny that way, but most people would let that ruin the rest of their day. And I'm not letting that ruin the rest of my day. I sent a picture of it to my friends over at Lexus and said, hey, is this something you can reassemble, or am I buying new mirrors? And I haven't heard back yet, but I'm not worried about it. Love the cinnamon crunch bagels, huh, Kitty at Panera? I have an interesting, my Panera history with eating there is kind of interesting. And this goes back a long time of me being on the road, and goes back to, before they'd have Wi-Fi and all our connected devices, were connected. And I'd have internet modems and things that I would connect to things with, and when I traveled and stuff. And, I'd find my times using Panera as my office, and I'd have a cup of coffee going all day long. And I'd get home finally, and I'd be like, oh, my God, I'm starving. I haven't had a thing to eat all day. And Cassandra would be like, you were in a Panera all day long. You use that as your office all day. Have food. And I would do that. And even today, I had a lemonade while I was working on what I was working on, and I ordered, because we've talked about their new pizzas and stuff that they're doing, and I ordered one of their flatbreads, and I never ate it, and I brought it home, and we just had it as a appetizer tonight. But it's funny, but the mindset of not letting things take control of your day that you had no control over. So, yes, it stinks that I need a mirror for my car, but that could have just taken control of my day, and I didn't let it. I did not let it control my day. I'm sharing the story with you here, but yes, it bothered me, but it's does not rise to the level of controlling my day. I have an impromptu Monday trivia for you. One of these stories is false. The rest of them, sadly, are true. Story number 1, Victoria Beckham, also known as Posh Spice, said she'd rather die than wear a pair of Crocs that Justin Bieber sent her. Story number 2, Billie Eilish is retailing a collection of wigs inspired by her various hairstyles to promote her sophomore album release. Story number 3, a designer plans to release shoes that look like bare feet. And story number 4, a developer is using Home Depot materials to turn farm huts into apartments. So did Posh Spice say she'd rather die than wear a pair of Crocs Justin Bieber sent her? Did Billie Eilish, is she retailing a collection of wigs inspired by her various hairstyles to promote her sophomore album release? Did a designer release shoes that look like bare feet? And is a developer using Home Depot materials to turn farm huts into apartments? 3 of those stories are real. 1 of them is fake. We'll come back to it. Speaking of partnerships, Klarna, is expanding its partnership with Macy's. Klarna is like Afterpay and Sezzle that lets you pay in payments. It's like layaway, except for you get the items now, and you as the merchant get your money now. Gross merchandise volume with Klarna last year soared by 46% to $53 billion. And taking it to the next level, Klarna is now going to be an option inside Macy's. So you'll be able to use Klarna inside a Macy's store, not just on their website. And so that is an interesting step, and it's something that people have asked about previously with the Sezzles of the world and Afterpay and all of them. It is the next natural evolution, okay, to an in-store purchase, and Macy's is going to be the first to try it with Klarna. Macy's also has an investment within Klarna, so Macy's has invested in Klarna. And they're going to roll out the Buy Now, Pay Later service to 750 Macy's, Bloomingdale's, and Bluemercury stores nationwide this month. They haven't shared the financial details of it. And they're betting on that you're going to find more and more retailers offering it in store. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. According to Klarna, this is the interesting part. Instead of a Macy's card, Kitty, yes. It'll just be another option. You can use the Macy's card. You can use Klarna to buy now and pay later over 4 payments. Every other week you make a payment instead of paying it all today. So you can't carry it out as long as you could on a Macy's card. But according to Klarna, this is the interesting stat here, is 51% of shoppers who use it are millennials or Gen Z. So millennials or Gen Z are over half the shoppers who use it. So that is interesting. That is interesting. And we'll have to see how the store rollout goes, because I know that people are interested in it. In another keeping Macy's in the news, and this is actually big news, Macy's workers win a legal battle over mobile app purchases. Macy's cannot offer the use of its scan and pay app for purchases from departments where employees make commissions. Okay, they cannot offer the use of their scan and pay app for purchases from departments in their stores where employees must make commissions, and must pay back commissions on such purchases, a labor relations arbitrator has ruled. And has, while this ruling is based in Boston and New England cities, where the lawsuit was brought, it's going to have implications chain-wide for its 125,000 employees. And what's more, it's going to have implications nationwide as businesses look at all the different ways you're going to connect with the consumer. If you're cutting out someone that could have been earning a commission on it with your app, you may run into a labor issue, especially if that labor is still involved in the purchase somehow. So, like, that labor has to pull the perfume is a perfect example of a department that runs on commission, cosmetics and perfume, inside Macy's. If they have to pull the item that is being given to a customer that's picking it up in store or buying with their app, they are still involved in the transaction and they are a commission employee. So it's that ruling is going to have, assuming that Macy's does not. Well, this was an arbitrator ruling, so Macy's agreed to arbitration in this. So there is no appealing this ruling. So this ruling is going to stand, and how Macy's applies this to the rest of the chain is going to be very interesting. because they don't want to end out with more legal rulings against them. Oh, we got some guesses up there. Rose is guessing number one is the fake one, that Posh Spice said she'd rather die than wear the pair of Crocs Justin Bieber sent her. No, Rose, that is true. She will not wear the Crocs that Justin Bieber sent her. And Kitty said that a developer using Home Depot materials to turn farm huts into apartments is totally fake. No, that is true as well. You guys are picking out the true stories today. So that leaves you with either a designer plans to release shoes that look like bare feet, or Billie Eilish releasing a set of wigs inspired by her various hairstyles. Think about that for a minute. Bud Light is ready for post-pandemic summer plans. Last week it was a beer on Bud. And this week it is a Bud Light Summer Stimmy. Bud Light Summer Stimmy, a tongue-in-cheek stimulus proposal that will dole out $10 million in prizes and experiences this summer. The proposal from Bud Light, a 100-plus page document designed to look like legislation, along with jokes, diagram, and hidden prizes, details the items the brand's giving away. I don't have a picture of it here. The picture was funny. It really did look like the stimulus bill. So they have all sorts of prizes, from beer to experiences to sporting and concert tickets, everything they're going to give away. $10 million worth, coast to coast, in the Bud Light Summer Stimmy. I don't know. I hope they have somebody say that better than me. Well, I'm quite positive they will have someone say it better than me. But the Bud Light Summer Stimmy. Diaper, cereal, and yes, toilet paper are getting more expensive. Shocking. Procter & Gamble has announced prices on things like Pampers, Tampax. Kimberly-Clark is raising prices on toilet paper, Huggies, and pull-ups to offset higher commodity cost inflation. And General Mills saying the price of Cheerios is going up. The price of Cheerios is facing increased supply chain and freight costs. And these costs are coming down to consumers. Your costs are going up for all of this stuff. Like you haven't been paying enough for cleaning supplies and other stuff already during this pandemic. The reality is that prices are on the rise. So as we head through summer and into fall, all these price increases are going in effect now, are going to start hitting shelves in your stores now through the fall. Prices that were once just absorbed because they didn't think there was the ability to push that on to customers are there's just no more room. Okay, between all the different price things that are driving price increases, there's just no more room. So the prices of everything is pretty much going up. This isn't opportunistic profit taking by the companies. This is a reset of the market. And part of it, one look at it says, with all the government money out there pumped into the economy, this is the best time they've had in years to be able to raise prices and reset the market. I mean, there is a lot there that needs to happen. According to former Boston mayor and the current Secretary of Labor, Marty Walsh, some gig workers should be classified as employees. Duh, like really? Happy Monday, Kelly. Great to have you here. We're getting some of that rain. Yes, so some of the gig workers taking direct aim at the Ubers, Lyfts, and DoorDashes of the world. They are going to make a push in this administration to make them employees. Um, they said, quite honestly, you shoved the cost of their unemployment on the taxpayer, and that isn't fair. So you want them to have the benefits of unemployment and everything else, then they're employees. So we'll see where that goes. That's going to be a long fight. This is an interesting one. President Biden, in his plan to find more money to pay for his programs, is seeking a change to the bank reporting laws to expose tax evaders for audits. And under the plan, the IRS would get access to more data to improve how it selects potential tax evaders. Would require banks and other financial institutions to add information on aggregate account outflows and inflows to their annual reports to the IRS. So how much money is coming in and out of the accounts that are attached to the various Social Security numbers, and how does that relate to what they claimed in taxes, both personally and corporate-wise. So they say this would gain visibility into the partnership and proprietorship income of high earners, where as much as 55% of taxes go unpaid, according to the Treasury Department. It'll be interesting. Banks are actually fighting this because they don't want to be on the hook for the compliance. So we'll see what happens with that, if that ever actually sees the light of day. But that is how they'd like to go after some more money. And no, the shoes that look like bare feet are real, so it is. Billie Eilish's collection of wigs inspired by her hairstyles is the fake article. That means that the other three are real. Posh Spice got a pair of Crocs from Justin Bieber and said she'd rather die than wear them. A designer did release shoes that look like a pair of bare feet, and a developer is using Home Depot materials to turn farm huts into apartments. OSHA, I've talked about the emergency temporary standard. I've talked about that a few times, and it's continuing on. National Retail Federation met with officials from the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, OSHA, and the Labor Department's Office of Policy, and the Office of the Solicitor of Labor, and explained the policy reasons behind the opposition to the issuance of an emergency temporary standard, and also submitted a letter for the record. It is expected that the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs will continue meeting with outside groups such as National Retail Federation and reviewing the regulation for another week or two. The text of the rule still is not public. Nobody has seen the official text of this rule. Once they've finished their review, the rule will be published and will take effect immediately. So whatever this rule is that nobody has seen will take effect immediately sometime in the next couple of weeks and affect businesses nationwide. I'm still expecting immediate lawsuits to put an injunction to it. But ultimately, should it help the additional things that businesses are doing to keep their customers safe, keep their customers, their employees, safe. You have to remember that the rules are changing rapidly, daily. Today, Florida's governor announced that all rules. No, yeah, I mean, it's late to the game. Quite honestly, I still believe this is the government saying, okay, we did it, everybody fought us on it, but we issued it. Okay, is what I think they're trying to save face and say, hey, we did this. They know they're going to get sued for it, and I personally expect that the courts will issue an injunction against the order, but I don't know until it happens. I don't know. I don't even know what this order says. Maybe it says that we all have to wear Mickey Mouse hats. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to say. But I use that example of a Mickey Mouse hat because today in Florida, the governor announced that all COVID restrictions are out the window, and any other miscellaneous restriction issued by any other governing body within the state of Florida will be outlawed as of July 1st. And in the reminding you that you are the governor of your store, you are the governor of your business. Okay, I can't stress that enough. He may be the governor of Florida, Rick DeSantis, but you, yes, you are the governor of your business. And with that in mind, Disney World today, Disney World, immediately after the governor came out announcing that, sent out a text alert to everybody that was in the parks, because when you're on Disney property, you have the My Disney app to control your experience, and sent out an email to everybody that plans on coming to Disney that said, hang on a second, let me put on the glasses again, small print here. We are aware of the state of Florida's planned announced to modify COVID-19 guidelines. We will evaluate this latest guidelines and maintain our current health and safety measures at this time, including face covering requirements. We will continue to make thoughtful adjustments to our policy as COVID-19 vaccines become available. We encourage people to get vaccinated. So Disney said, and Disney's been great about enforcing their policies. You don't want to do their policies, you don't have to stay in the park. You don't want to do it, it will make it harder for businesses trying to do the right thing, absolutely. But when you have businesses like Disney and you have other leaders that are doing it, it will get easier, but it does make it harder. Okay, and you're going to run into things like this nationwide. So you're going to run into things like this nationwide. So just keep that in mind. You are still the governor. I know Cassandra's working on updating our face mask signs just for the eventuality of it happening here in Massachusetts, that face masks are still required for all people entering our businesses. And if you don't want to wear one, you can choose to shop with us online or not shop with us, quite honestly. That is a choice. You're not going to hit 100% of vaccinations in your state, your county, your city. Just not going to happen. And right now, just being safe is playing it safe is the important thing. None of us have the time or energy to get sick, and none of us want to get our team sick. So just keep that in mind. And that is why I share that story, not to pick on Florida. But also, in a good news that does make it easier, is the government did, the TSA, which essentially covers all interstate travel, buses, planes, trains, etc., has extended their mask mandate to September 13th. At least somebody was smart enough not to have it expire on September 11th. September 13th is the extension of the TSA mandate that you must wear a face mask. So, and in the airport, in the train station, in the bus station, you must have a mask on. So at least the TSA is keeping that going. So that is a good federal starting point anyways. So we'll see what happens from there. We'll see what the OSHA emergency temporary standard actually says when it is released. I will let you know, but that is what I know today. And there's a lot more going on. There's a lot going on this week. This week is a busy week. May the 4th be with us tomorrow. But I've got a lot of meetings this week. This is a busy, busy week for a lot of things happening in Washington and at the state level. I have different meetings at state and national levels, and it's a busy week. So we'll see what comes out of that. But you know what? Whatever comes out of it, we'll go over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. That's where you find all the files, all the references that I make, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and ring the Disney bell so you know when a new video drops. You can also share narts.org/resalestrong with everybody you know in business. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker. We want to help everybody get to the other side. Yes, we do. I am here live in the Narts private Facebook group every night at more 8 than ish live. But if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is where we start this program every night. Tonight, we're on page 104. If you were not here at the top of the program, our good morning today is good morning. Woke up, grateful for the air in my lungs, the sleep in my eyes, the ache in my bones, the chance to say hello again. Our good night tonight is good night. Lying down, grateful for the air in my lungs, the sleep in my eyes, the ache in my bones, the chance to see you tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a May the 4th be with you party. I don't know. We will party again, and we will party in person someday. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you, and most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. It's time for dessert. I'll see you tomorrow.